So you can see people are not aware about it. People are not exactly aware why they do to do that and how they are supposed to be doing it. And these are the kind of challenges which I have seen over the last 15, 20 years while hiring people, while working with them. So the initial trends used to be, you aajkal ke jo bacche hai na, not good enough, they just love hopping jobs. Aate hain, 6 mahine kaam karte hain, unko sikhaya, and they will just leave out of your job. And I'm like, I was actually following that trend. I said, I think so, you are right, and there's no point of promoting them. But at the same point of time, my inner world was talking about, guys, they are studying hard. They are going to the best of the colleges. They are doing everything. What is it that's really not putting them in the right position? And that's where my journey of interaction started becoming with the people who are coming into internships into my department. And I realized some of them have picked up the industry because it looked very glamorous. Being from a fashion industry, you're looking at the fashion walks. So the moment they land up into a job, into a designer, it's rock bottom. You are sitting in midst of a lot of fabrics, cutting fabrics, making swatch cards, writing the technical details. That's what I didn't think about doing, But those are the things which you'll have to do to get anywhere. So when we are looking at a job from an outside perspective, we only look what's the end result, right? We really don't know whether we want to get into the role of what that person has been doing. And that is and that's where, knowing yourself is extremely, extremely important. So what are the four values that I think, and I don't really focus a lot on aptitude here, because I think so aptitude is something which you can definitely build upon if you are interested into. So you have your basic aptitude, but you can always build upon it. So what are your personality like? So if I'm an introvert or an extrovert, I am going to be having different roles. What kind of skills what kind of interests do I have? So based on my interest level, suppose I love doing research, I would pick up research skills. I would pick up analytical skills, because after doing the research, I would like to analyze the things. What are the values that are going to be there? Now, suppose if you have a researcher who is doing some research amount of work, and they don't have integrity as one of their core values, do you think that data is going to hold any value altogether after all the research, all the analysis that has happened? Do you think any of things that's going to happen? Right? No. So that's very important, where we see that, how these four things come together to form your personal strengths and your personal story gets started. So your journey starts only with you. And we are only going to focus on this so that you are absolutely clear. So when you say that, I don't want to choose this career because this career requires this kind of personality. It requires these kind of skills, which is not me. So I'm happy to opt out of it, or I'm happy to hop into it. So there are a few examples which I have actually, okay. So before that, this is just a process, start with you or your career. So it can be either way. When you're starting with yourself, you first identify yourself. So that's giving your answer to what's the process. Find your strengths and values and look at what the career demands. So what that particular job role demands. Or you pick up the role, you analyze what are the skills, what kind of personality, what kind of interest that role would demand, and see whether it's going to be a good match to you, and then think about it. That whether you want to pursue it or you don't want to pursue it. There are two ways you can go about doing your career research. Are you getting some answers here? Getting some clarity? Great. Again, this is just some industry profiles where, these are the kind of skills and personality which is just giving you some examples. And I'll leave this with the administration department. So if anyone wants it, can have it handy. So here is an example of an accountant. Now he prepares assets, liabilities, and capital account entries by compiling and analyzing the account information. Documents financial transactions. So when you look at the next slide, look at the way his personality needs to be, the interest needs to be, skills need to be, values need to be. If any of them are not there, what do you think? He's going to be really successful, or what happens? Do you want to do this analysis yourself, some of the students? You can just read through this. So, you know, you're talking about preparing assets, liabilities, and capital accounts. So what kind of work is this? Is it a new work every day, or it's a routine work every day? It's a routine work every day. And that means you should like to do the routine work. So that means you should be having a conventional kind of personality. You know, you have more organized so that you can have all the data which has been picked up earlier and later on to be there. If I am not that person, do you think I'm going to be enjoying that? If I don't have the integrity, if I don't know the reporting skills, will I be able to talk to them? So, you know, imagine a person can say, an accountant has just to do all his data work. Why does he need any interpersonal skills? I think so interpersonal skills are going to be really required, because he is going to be taking away the data from different departments. And if I just, suppose if I just come to you and say, you know, give me this thing, give me this information, would you like it? So if we have a relationship, and if I ask you for that information, do you think that's going to be easily available to you or more difficult for you?